Let's go. Right. All right, shalom out there, brothers and sisters. All right, let's get into this quick topic. One more. We'll be off and running. How's it coming in? Does it sound good? Is the stream good? Let me know if you have any issues. All right. All right, so hold on. It looks to be good. All right, so all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect out there. All right, brothers and sisters all over the world, all over the earth. This lesson is entitled, Many Are Ashamed of the Gospel and Pray That the Prophets Are Wrong. Okay, and we talk about the end time prophets of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Many are ashamed. Israelites, right? As you saw with the young lady that said that she identifies as a Hebrew Israelite, but you know, the camps, you know, making it hard for her with it because we preach hate, right? She's ashamed of the gospel. And you know, and deep down, people like her, they help the prophets are wrong. There are many others. I remember not that long ago, these people, what are they called? The Watchman reports, right? This dude Yahoo and his wife Deborah, both false prophets. When that false prophet Rap the News dropped dead and we made videos, you know, going into his death, I remember them speaking on it, and they were saying that they don't call themselves Hebrew Israelites. They said they didn't want to be associated with the Hebrew Israelites. I think they said the term movement, but they said that they actually did a video entitled Tarnished Awakening. How in the fuck can the awakening of the Israelites be tarnished? But this was done because of what? And also too, there was that guy that did C Nice Films, the guy that did the documentaries. He said that the prophets made the whole truth look bad. He didn't say he didn't use the word prophets. He said the camps made the whole truth look bad. Well, is that true? Do the prophets make the camps and the prophets, do they make the truth look bad? Do they make the Israelites look bad? The answer is no. Because when you go to Deuteronomy 28, and this is a lot of Jakes got this problem. A lot of you are whining, you sniffing little cowards. You ashamed of the gospel. And we've heard it before. A lot of them say the prophets out there cursing people out. We too rough. You know, you hear all of these different things. But really, in reality, you're a bunch of goddamn unbelievers. That's the problem. And you don't know the Bible well enough to understand that the way that the world looks at us is what the Most High wants. The Most High don't want the prophets to be received by everybody, right? He wants you to focus on what we're teaching as opposed to how we look. You see, he don't want us having the image of the world that everybody will accept us. It's not what we're supposed to be like, okay? And when you go into that, you know, like what with your Howard Shah, with the whole thing with the offenses, and if I'm able to go to it, if I can remember, I got so many thoughts going on at one time. Let me slow down and try to bring this out. Now I want to go to here. Just hold on, brothers. Offenses, because I didn't plan on bringing this out, but now I'm gonna bring this out. Offenses must come, right? Let's go to that. I believe this is what I want. Now this is Matthew 8:18 and verse 7. It says, woe to the world because of offenses, for it must needs be that offenses come, but woe to that man by whom the offense cometh, right? Individuals that are making offenses by the deeds that you're doing. We know that the world is not going to receive us, you know, because of the gospel. Now, let me see here if I got the right word. This is the Greek word, scandalon, right? And I want to see if it gives me what I want. This may not be the word I want to look up. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it is. So the term is scandalon, and it says the movable stick or trigger of a trap stick, a trap, snare, no, any impediment placed in the way and causing one to stumble or fall. Now, if we're the ones that's causing the stumbling block because of our behavior, if it's outside of the scriptures, then woe unto us. But if you get offended by what's being brought out of the book, it's on you. Woe to that man by whom the offense cometh, if you're the ones that's causing the offense. But what's coming out of the truth, the Lord said offenses must come. Now, when you go to definition C, it says figuratively applied to, it says Jesus, of course, but it's Yahweh Shai. Listen to this, whose person and career were so contrary to the expectations of the Jews concerning the Messiah that they rejected him, and by their obstinacy made shipwreck of their salvation. I want that to sink in. Let me read it again. Figuratively applied to Yahweh Shai, whose person and career were so contrary to the expectations of the Jews concerning the Messiah, his own people, that they rejected him, and by their obstinacy made shipwreck of their salvation. And that is the same thing happening now. These people are the way that the spirit of Yahweh Shai on his men is so contrary to what they think it should be. They reject it, and by that they're being condemned by it. They're gonna be condemned by it. The Lord's gonna destroy these people, you know. And the spirit had me heavy speaking on the fact that people are not, you know, they're rejecting what the prophets say, how we look, you know, and what's coming out of the book. And really, in reality, you know, you're just unbelievers. That's all it is. You just don't believe. It's very simple. When you go into the Bible and you bring out what's in it. Now, let's deal with, do the prophets make the truth look bad? Let's deal with that. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28, right? And let me read you a curse. Because I heard Jake say this before. Jake says that we make the truth look bad. No, we don't make the truth look. The Most High, or that we make our people look bad. No, the Most High made our people look bad. This is Deuteronomy 28, right? And verse, hold on, just let me find it. Y'all just hang with me. Right? Deuteronomy 28, there it is, and verse 37. Listen, and thou shalt become an astonishment and a proverb and a byword among all nations whither the Lord shall lead thee. How is it us making our people look bad when the Most High put us under the curses and made us, you know, made us low, made other nations look at us and despise what they see? You ain't mentioning the nigga woman is making the Israelites look bad. You ain't mentioning the niggas, the rappers. Now the Lord is killing these niggas and taking them off the planet. 450 to date. No, I'm sorry. 450 in 2 years. More than that now going on into it. So, no, we don't make the truth look bad. The prophets don't make the truth look bad. We don't make the Israelites look bad. The Most High was the one that made you niggas look bad. Made us all look bad. We made us low among the nations as far as how they look at us, right? Let's get another one in Lamentations, right? The nations look down on us already, man. This is Lamentations chapter 2 and verse 14. I got to start at 13. Lamentations 2 and 13. What shall I take to witness for thee? What things shall I liken to thee, O daughter of Jerusalem? What shall I equal to thee, that I may comfort thee, O virgin daughter of Zion? For thy breach is great like the sea. Who can heal thee? And we under the curses. Nobody can heal us. It's got to be done by the Almighty. And as he says, and Most High said in Deuteronomy 28:68, right? No man shall buy you, meaning save us out of this condition. So we got to get out of this condition through the preaching of the gospel, because that's what's going to bring the kingdom. And then we're going to be completely healed, right? Right now we're being cleansed by the word being taught, right? Verse 14, thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity, to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. Listen, all that pass by thee, all that pass by their clap their hands at thee, they hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? They looking at us and they mocking, right? They saying, these are the Israelites? These lowly niggas? And it didn't get that way because of the prophets did something, because of the camps did something. No, it got that way because of the condition placed upon us by the Most High. Do you niggas really think that you look good in the eyes of the nation before the ministry of the prophets took off? Do you really believe that? You're not thinking straight if you really believe that. But it goes back to, you're really just ashamed of the gospel, and you pray that the prophets are wrong. Everybody hoping, and you betting, man, them prophets got to be wrong. No, we're not wrong. We're not wrong. This gospel, the Lord said we're going to preach it, and we're going to be looked down upon while we're doing it. Let's go real quick. Matthew, just hold on. Is it 5? Like I said, I'm you know, sometimes my mind moves fast, but sometimes it moves slow when I'm trying to think of a scripture. That's not it. Master of the house. And I had like certain scriptures laid out that I was going to read. And then when you start the lesson, man, the spirit just take over. So this is Matthew 10 and 25. And we all know this scripture. Let's start at 24. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple to be as his master and the servant as his Lord, right? So as we was talking about last night at camp, I think Elder Yashawama Shalom, I saw him on the comment board. He was saying that, man, Yahushua was dealing with a lot of craziness, man, right? And his followers the same way. And when he was taken, you know, by the Romans, and Peter was trying to creep up to find out what happened to him, people was pointing Peter out. They're gonna want you, one of them. You want him. You was with him. Yeah, you was. You were with him. The way you talk just like him. So the same with the apostles of Great Millstone. You can see who was a great millstone fruit, but guess what? We all got that image, that spirit on us of the ancient prophets, man. We come rough. Some brothers are more polished than others. Some brothers are more acceptable. You know, they're more educated or whatever, and not as rough around the edges. Some of us is country as shit. Like me, I'm a country as shit. And I don't try to hide it. It's just what it is, man. That's just how we look, right? But we got that ancient spirit of the prophets on us, and you can pick us out of a crowd. Oh, yeah, he one of them. Look at him. I tried to offer that nigga some bacon. He wouldn't even eat it. You know, I gave him a Christmas gift. He frowned up. Yeah, of course we did, man. I told him happy birthday. That nigga said he don't celebrate his birthday. We got the, hey, the world is not going to receive us, okay? And we understand that. But woe unto you that is ashamed of the gospel, the true gospel. And we're not the ones that making Israelites look bad. We make, really, in reality, Yahushua's spirit is making us look good, man. Right? He's making us look good because guess what? We getting polished up and clean with this word. And the rest of the world, you're the ones that look foolish. The Lord is looking, he's saying, look at them wicked people. Oh, there go one of my prophets, though. There go one of my men. Look at him. Right? He's separate from the world. Matthew 10:25. Is enough for the disciple that he be as his master and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his own household? So if they talked about Yahushua, you know they're going to talk about us. Our own people, those that even say that they're awakened Israelites, are complaining about the prophets. And it's always been that way, man. And we love it. That's how we know we're doing the right thing. What do the scriptures say? Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. And I got to read it because there's a great line in there, right? This is a great line right here, man. Let's read it. This is Luke 6:26. And it says, woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. Why? Why woe unto us if all men speak well unto us? Here's the punchline. For so did their fathers to the false prophets. Ooh, that's heat. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, because this world is fucked up. If these people champion you when they say, oh, we love those guys, you know, I'm talking about the majority of people. Of course, those that are in the faith gonna say they love the prophets. Of course, those that are awakened to the truth with the right spirit on them, of course they love the prophets, right? Because, you know, truth be told, there were certain prophets that were beloved of the people. When you go into, when you talk about Samuel, when Samuel passed away, they said Israel was lamenting over Samuel, man. The people in the right spirit, they love the prophets. Those that the masses and the vast majority of the people, they're not going to accept us. They ain't going to love us. And the reason what sparked this lesson, believe it or not, I was watching, I came across another video that Geno Jennings did. And I just keep watching the dude because you know what? It's something he does. He's better than the regular little Christians because he does go into the scriptures, but the dude go off a lot. And he got this video, and I may have to share it with the brothers. He got one video where he's going into Lot's wife. And I was interested to hear what he would say about Lot's wife. I couldn't get about 5 minutes into the lesson before I was like, damn, because I got sparked to do it, you know, a lesson, and I just stopped listening to him. But the interesting thing about that whole thing with Geno Jennings is a lot of Israelites like Geno Jennings because he does read the scriptures. But on top of that, you got Israelites that watch Geno Jennings. You know why? Because he's more acceptable, because he wears a suit, he's in a church, and he got the people, and you know, he talk right, he don't say harsh language. People, Israelites like that shit. You know why? Because you like Christianity, man. Deep down, a lot of you are still fucking Christians. You like Christianity. Jake was raised off of it. And if they can find a way, where they can get Christianity, but then still get the scriptures and still be against this, because Geno Jennings is against homosexuality. I give him that. I give him that credit. But you know, he's still a charismatic preacher though. He's still a 501c3 style type preacher, man. So I'll give him, you know, credit where credit is due. He's against these false preachers. And then he got on Steve Harvey. He got this thing with Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley and shit, right? Right. Yep. And it says you can eat turtle and pig. And Elder Yashwama said, Geno Jennings said you can eat turtle and pig, which he going off a lot. But when I started looking at him, I realized a lot of Israelites do like Geno Jennings. That's why the fuck would you go watch him when you got the prophets that's breaking down everything, but you creeping over there asking this dude questions? You know why you doing that? Because really deep down, you praying that the prophets are wrong. You know that there's something powerful going on the earth, that the Most High is doing something, but really you pray that we wrong. Because you don't really want the other nations to go into slavery. Jake want the truth of the Bible, but they don't want the nation to go into slavery. They don't want them to pay. And deep down, you niggas don't want us to have multiple wives. You don't want us to have shit, man. If Jake had his way, we wouldn't have shit. You would prefer us to exchange places with goddamn Esau, Edom, and we be judged, and all y'all can be in the kingdom together holding hands. That's really what you want. But you know what? That is not in the Bible, man. It's not in the scriptures. Fucking Esau, Edom gonna pay. The nation's gonna pay. And all these fake ass preachers, they're gonna pay, man. Bottom line. And if you're ashamed of the gospel, that's on you, man. That's on you. Luke 6:26, woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. You know, and that's the bottom line. Now, I also want to read Matthew, right? And this burns me up too, because you got to realize that when you look into the scriptures and you read, or you hear brothers reading, you got to understand what the words mean. And it's basic things. Listen to this. Matthew 24 and verse 14. This is one of the end time prophecies right here. And this gospel of the kingdom. What? That's very important. The gospel of the kingdom. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Now this asshole Vocab Malone, he says that we don't preach the gospel. No, we don't preach the punk ass, fake ass gospel that these people of the world teach. We don't teach that, okay? We teach the gospel of the kingdom. So my question to Vocab Malone, anybody that say that we don't preach the gospel, what's gonna happen in the kingdom? Since you said that, now you gotta go and you open your mouth up. Now you gotta go into the prophecy and show us pertaining to the word coming out of this. What's going to happen in the kingdom? What is the kingdom? Who's going to be ruling it? And what role do all the nations play? Since you say we don't preach the gospel, now you're in trouble. I mean, you've been in trouble. Tell us what's going to happen in the kingdom, because none of you talk about it. Can you answer about the throne of David? That's Elder Yashua, favorite. What's going to happen with the throne of David? And the throne is not just a chair, as Geno Jennings said. When you look in the heavens, how many thrones are up there? Did Jesus just go and plop down in the chair? It wasn't just a damn literal chair, you demon. You goofball. The throne spoken of is rulership, man. Right? Just like the throne of David. Now, are there literal thrones? Sure. Right? There are literal thrones, but when it comes to rulership, the throne is, who is it that possesses the throne? What's the throne of David? And we do preach the gospel of the kingdom. We tell you exactly what's going to happen in the kingdom. Yahweh Shai going to come back. Let's read it. He's going to come back. Let me go there right now. I'm going to read 2 quick scriptures on that. Then we'll get back to the topic. Revelation 11, and this always comes up in my brain. Revelation 11, through the Spirit, of course, right? 11 and verse 15. Revelation 11 and 15. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his anointed, and he shall reign forever and ever. And when I was watching that Geno Jennings video just now, right, he admitted that the Lord is going to destroy America. I was watching it, and he said that this is Sodom and Gomorrah, which that dude watch us. We teaching Geno Jennings. We're coaching this dude, man. He watch our videos and he use what he like, and then he try to morph it back into Christianity to make it nice for all the nations. That's all it is. And when you preach the gospel of the kingdom for real, you ain't gonna be able to fit all nations into that on the right side. The nations going into slavery. So Yahushua, if you saying we don't preach the gospel, going back to vocab Malone, bouncing around a bit, and all people that say we don't preach the gospel, we do preach the gospel in its fullness, the gospel of the kingdom. The Lord is gonna come back. He's gonna overthrow all the nations of the earth, all the ruling class, the ruling parties, right? And he's gonna set up the righteous kingdom on the earth, in which this will be implemented. All of you that said the law was done away with, you going off, man, because we're gonna get the law in our inward parts. The Israelites are gonna rule over all nations. They're gonna serve us, serve our Lord first and foremost, and us too, heirs and joint heirs with the Savior. And you're gonna be ruled over in a stiff, rigid rulership, wherein you got everything gonna be righteous, man. Everything gonna be righteous. Now, I got a couple comments here. Remedy Saved, Elder Yashawama. Jake thinks ancient prophets will be raised up and be accepted by the world. Right. That's not possible. They will be hated and demonized. Absolutely. See, that ancient spirit of the prophets, this world hates it because we're, as we read in that definition, scandalon, right? Yahushua's ministry was so contrary to what the Jews expected or that they even wanted. So they disregarded, right? They didn't accept him, thus destroying their own selves, man. Condemning their own selves. The same thing that the world is doing now, and we love it like that. Elder Karatazar, Jim S. Vegas, sit down. They ignored the whole Isaiah 61 concerning the kingdom. That's right. And you can't preach the gospel of the kingdom without going to Isaiah 60, Isaiah 61, right? Going into that in Zechariah 14, all of that. That's the gospel of the kingdom. You can't ignore that. But, and you got Israelites the same way. You want to leave that part out. You can't leave that out, right? What did Paul say? Let's go there. Acts 20. You can't ignore the God. You know, you put your foot in your mouth. You don't want none of this. The gospel of the kingdom is it's blazing this earth. You think it's something that we made up. We didn't make any of it up. We're reading it right out of the word of the Bible, right out of the word of the Lord. Salakia. Acts 20 and verse 26. I'll start at 25. And now behold, I know that ye all among whom I have gone preaching the kingdom of the Most High shall see my face no more. Wherefore I take you to record this day that I am pure from the blood of all men. How to get the blood off your hands? By preaching the fullness of the gospel, by warning the Israelites. Take heed therefore, Salakia, verse 27. For I have not, he tells you how he cleansed his hands. Wherefore I take you to record this day that I am pure from the blood of all men. How did he do it? For I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High. You got to bring everything out. This is the book of mournings, lamentations, and woe, right? As the apostles say, the nastiness of the scriptures. You got to bring that stuff out. You can't leave it out. You can't leave that out, as it says in another, what does it say? Seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book. You can't seal it. So, as the elder brother mentioned, Isaiah 61, right? The nation's going to serve us, man. You know, and strangers shall feed thy flocks, right? They shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. That's got to be brought out. That's part of the gospel of the kingdom. And if you say, that, well, Jesus never talked about the nations going into slavery, you damn lying. Let's go to Luke. Because Yahushua quoted out of the book of Isaiah. Man, can I get it? Hold on, brothers. Yeah, Luke chapter 4, I believe it is. So Yahushua read out of the book of Luke, and out of the book of Isaiah 61. He quoted it, should I say. Well, no, he read from it because it said he closed up the book. Let me go there. Just hold tight. Isaiah 6, I'm getting confused. Luke chapter 4. And then I hit the comment board some after I bring out these other scriptures I got. This is Luke chapter 4. Round about verse here. Yeah, we're right to it. This is Luke chapter 4, verse 18. I'm going to start at verse 17. And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah, which is Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. Wait a minute. The gospel to the poor? How shall I preach the gospel? And he pulled it from Isaiah. If you look in the column of the 1611, it says Isaiah 61. Suck on that, vocab Malone. Isaiah 61. Suck on that, weak-ass Christians who say we don't preach the gospel. The Lord preached the same gospel that Isaiah preached. Woo! And Isaiah, from Isaiah 6, we're going to go there and read some of it. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. Who is that talking about? The Israelites. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives. Who are the captives? The Israelites. And the recovering of sight to them that are Salakia. And recovering of sight to them, Salakia. And recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. Right? And he closed the book, and he gave it again to the minister, and sat down, and the eyes of all them that were in the synagogue were fastened on him. See? And he began to say to them, this day is this scripture fulfilled in your ears. Now let's go to Isaiah 61 and see what else is in that chapter that he read out of. We already know it. So the Lord was preaching that same gospel. And he knew about that, and he knew about the captivity portion of it, which is in there. You can't negate that right there, man. That's fire. This is Isaiah 61, which the Lord quoted. And when you go to it, it's got a star, an asterisk by it, and it goes back to the precept is Luke. Salakia. Luke chapter 4 is right there. This is the 1611 King James. The precept sends you right back to Luke, and Luke sends you right back to Isaiah. Verse 1, Isaiah 61 and 1. The Spirit of the Lord power is upon me, because the Lord, Yahweh, hath anointed me to preach tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn. See right there, brother, it says all that mourn, to comfort, to proclaim, Salakia, to appoint all them that mourn in Zion of the Israelites, not everybody on the planet. Like we were talking about last night. Elder Yashawama said, if I say to everybody standing here, or if I say everybody we going back to my house, does that everybody apply to everybody watching and everybody in the world? No, it was everybody that was among us, right? Same as what Yahweh Shai, often did, and the men of the Lord often did. They would say, all men everywhere, or they would say a certain thing, and it meant those of the particular group. It didn't mean everybody on the whole planet, man. Like I was saying, if you read a letter that's addressed to me, and I say my wife, my wife telling me, I'm gonna cook all of our favorites, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and you looking over my shoulder, ooh, she love us. No, she loved me. The letter's addressed to me. Who was Isaiah talking to? To the Israelites, right? Who the Bible was addressed to? To the Israelites. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beautiful ashes, the oil of joyful mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified, right? Now, we're going to read a couple more verses, then we're going to get back to the topic. And they shall build the old wastes. They shall raise up the former desolations. They shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations. Listen, and strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. And what's a plowman do? He work in your stables. He work with your cattle and your horses, right? And now out west, and in our life now on this earth, if somebody's a plowman, they get paid to do it. But the nation's gonna be forced to do this to us. For us, they're gonna be our slaves as it goes on. And your vine dressers, what do vine dressers do? They pick grapes out of your vineyard. They're gonna make us fine wines. They're gonna pick our tea leaves. They're gonna get coffee for us. All of that, whatever we tell them to do. But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. You ain't gonna be working in the field. You got a different lot. See? So we're gonna be, but ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory ye shall boast yourselves. And you got a precept right there. Isaiah chapter 60. And which also chronicles the nations going into slavery, working for us, doing what we tell them to do. See that? So the Lord did talk about the slavery of the nations. You're not preaching the gospel, vocab Malone. You ain't preaching the gospel, Christians that say we're not. No, you're not preaching the gospel. So this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. Excuse me. And then shall the end come. So guess what? That gospel of the kingdom is gonna aggravate and irritate the people of the earth. And in that, some of our own people have become ashamed of the gospel. You don't want the nations to go into slavery. And if you say all nations can be saved, giving them salvation, meaning they're going to have a portion of rulership in the kingdom with us, then you're preaching against what Yahushua taught. He taught out of Isaiah 61. We just read some of it, what it's going to be. Any Israelite saying that all nations can be saved, trying to use Deuteronomy 23:7 like this Asian ass nigga did, right? Trying to get the devil off the hook. You can't get him off the hook. Pursuant to what we just read, he must go into captivity. Otherwise, Yahushua was going off and reading out of the book of Isaiah. See? So going back now, let's go back. So when I was watching Judgement, like I said, that's what came to my mind. You know, that's where I got the title of the lesson from. A lot of you Israelites are ashamed of the gospel, man. You are ashamed of the gospel. You don't want to, you're ashamed, and you pray that the prophets are wrong. You praying that all y'all can get along. You can get along with the whole plan. We're going to get along with them. They're going to work. We're going to beat the shit out of them. They're going to work. They're going to follow our laws. We're going to strong arm the hell out of them. And if they don't listen to what we say, they're going to perish. That's it. And the Lord is going to give us, let's read what he said. Revelation chapter 2, written in red, by the way. Revelation 2 and verse 26. Listen to what he promises. This is part of the gospel of the kingdom, vocab. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. What nations? If they can all be saved, how you going to get power over the nations? What are you going to do with the power when you get it? And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. Woo! As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. You heard that? Heirs and joint heirs. So the power is his, ruling over the nations. We already read Revelation 11. And he's going to come and he's going to take down all nations of the earth, right? He's going to take down all the rulerships, and he's going to be the sovereign ruler of the whole galaxy, if you want to say it. Of everything that exists. That's all the galaxies, of everything. Right? He's going to be the sovereign ruler. And he said he's going to give, let's read it again. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I receive of my Father. See that? So, and in the column, the precept, Psalms chapter 2. Right there, Psalms chapter 2 is the precept for Revelation 2. Now we got to go read that. So, another thing, vocab Malone causes Hebrew hopscotch. Well, wait a minute, the Bible is telling us where to go. It's teaching us. What you got? Why you got a problem with that? It's because you a damn Edomite. That's why. So we must go to Psalms 2 now and read what it says. Because the Bible instructed us to do so. Right? We got to be obedient to what the Lord said do. Psalms chapter 2. Salakia. My page is sticking together. Hold on, brothers. Hold on. Psalms chapter 2. Right? And verse. It said, I think it said verse 8. It meant it said verse 6. Psalms 2 and 6. Yet I have set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, has said unto me, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Geno Jennings, who's the first begotten of the Lord? You said there was the same being. It's just one being up there. He ain't sitting at his right hand because he's the same one. Well, wait a minute. Right? We know that, and I did that when I went into that lesson. He was the first begotten of the Father. The Most High is the ancient of days. He has no beginning, no end. But the Savior is called Alpha and Omega, the Son of Man. The beginning and the end. The Most High has no beginning nor end. This is why he's the Ancient of Days. You got some more studying to do, buddy. Ask of me, verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen. This is where the precept came from. The star, the asterisk is right here. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. Wait a minute. If you're preaching the gospel of the kingdom and it says, you saying that all nations can be saved, they got salvation, meaning they're going to get a portion of rulership in the kingdom, right? How is it that they're going to be a possession unto us? How? It doesn't add up. So this gospel of the kingdom is the real gospel. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Woo! So you can't get around that. That is the true gospel right there being preached. And the Lord was with it. Yahushua was preaching that, man. Right? Let me go ahead and get that one. That hot verse right there. This is in his likeness. GMS in his likeness. Hold up. Let this update. GMS in his likeness. Luke 19:27. But those mine enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. Guess what? Israelites are a part of that. That's really who was talking about, because it says by their works and their deeds, they were saying, we will not have this man to reign over us. You didn't want the kingdom of Yahushua to come because you're ashamed of it. You don't want him to rule on the earth. You think it's too rigid. It's too stiff. You're going to put people into slavery? That's immoral. No, it's not. It's not immoral. This is what people in power have. People in power have slaves. They have servants. They have concubines. Men in power have concubines. They have land. They have wealth and riches, right? People beckon at their every want and need and call. Constantly have being attended to by servants, right? And attendants. We're going to have that. And we're going to have levels to that, because Esau Edom is the lowest of the low. But the other nations, we're going to set them taskmasters over the Edomites. After Esau Edom is done and executed, and the word execute came right out of his brother's scripture. After they executed and done away with, the nation's going to still be present. They're going to continue on and live. They're going to live great lives. But when we restore righteousness to the earth, man, this is Bon Malak, Psalms 149:7, which really, you need to read that whole psalm. That's coming into us. I'll read it here. It says, to bind, Salakim, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains. When you bind people with chains, that ain't rulership. When they get bound with chains, that's not glory. They're going to work. They're going to be our servants. We're going to put them silver handcuffs on their ass, man. Them silver bracelets, Salakia, right? With these fetters, these big ass fetters and chains they have on their neck. They're going to be crying and weeping. We're going to say, shut up, bitch. We're going to drag you along. We tell you, get to work. We're going to take you to your designation. And like I told you, I'm going to drag one of them damn Rothschilds, one of these important people. I'm going to take you to this big ass room full of potatoes. And I'm going to say, I want you to peel all these potatoes by the night. And if you don't do it, see these Jabberwockies, see these see these wildebeests and these lions, they're going to tear you apart if the sun set and all these potatoes not peeled. And then I'm going to bring you back to life, and you're going to still have to peel the potatoes, man. We're going to make you work. We're going to imagine cruelty. We're going to do what King David did. We're going to put your ass in the brick kilns and in the ovens. We're going to put you on the harrows of iron. We're going to put you under the saws. We're going to get demonic, not demonic. We're going to get medieval on you people, man. And if you want to say demonic, it's all right, because the demons, we're going to be completely righteous. So we're not going to be able to be overcome by demons. We're going to dig deep into our subconscious, and we're going to find the worst punishment we can get you, man. We're going to make you clean our stalls and our sewers. You're going to be up to your waist, up to your neck in poop. You're going to have to shovel it. If we, I'm just, saying it now in my human form, because in the kingdom, we might not even, we don't know how our existence is going to be when we get the new bodies. We may not even, it might not be like it is now with our bodies. You know what I'm saying? We might not actually, evacuate, if you want to say that, the way we do now. It may be some other way. We don't know. We'll see when we get there. But we're going to find some nasty deeds for you to do. We're going to find some terrible deeds for you to do. The tediousness, the heat from the sun. You're going to work in the field. You're going to be tired, man. We're going to work you. And the way our ancestors work and pick cotton and their fingers was bleeding, your fingers going to be bleeding. You're going to be all messed up. We're going to sit there and measure the cotton. Well, not us. We're going to have taskmasters do. We're going to put Ham over you and Ishmael. And they hate you devils, man, because of all you done. Sure, they're going to be punished, but you're going to get punished worse. All the nations going to get the punishment of the Israelites. But guess what? Esau going to get the punishment of the Israelites. You'll get punished by all the nations. We're going to let them do it because of the way you treated them when they was on the earth, man. And that's coming to pass, and that's righteousness. Now, I'm going to quit ranting. Salakia, brothers. That the spirit, you know, you just, and yeah, we do fucking hate Edomites. We hate you, man. We hate you. Like one of my coworkers said a long time ago, and I laughed about it because I understood what he was saying. Even though he wasn't a righteous dude, he wasn't in the truth, let me say it like that, but he was still a Jake. He said, there's a certain individual, he said, I hate him to his bones. We hate you, devil, to your fucking bones, man. We can't even tell you how much we hate you. We can't even bring it out. And hate is not unrighteous. You guys are preaching hate. You hate us. You hate Edom. Yeah, we fucking hate you, man. For all you done to our forefathers, our ancestors, to what you done to us, to how you got the system of the world jacked up, right, that favors you, we hate you, man. Righteous men would only hate wickedness. Can a brother please put that up, right? They that love the Lord hate, I forget exactly how it is. You hate evil, hate wickedness, however it goes. Let me get back to the topic at hand. All right, so going back. So a lot of you Israelites are ashamed of what we talking about. What we're saying out of our mouths, that coming out of the scriptures, out of the mouth of the Lord, shall we say, you hate it. You're ashamed of it. You get all messed up. You know, why you talking like that? Man, fuck you, man. The Most High put this on us. The Spirit of the Lord is on us, and we want our rulership. We want our Lord to reign and rule. We want to see those. We want to see the fall of our enemies, man. Matter of fact, let me go there. Because Jacob get all messed up. When we bring out Psalms 137, when people gonna bash them little babies' heads and do all that, we ain't saying we're gonna do it like, you know, like now. This is in war that's gonna happen, man. It happened to us. Why can't it happen to them? Listen to this. Figurative. This is Psalms 58 and verse 10. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. Righteous men will rejoice when you see the vengeance of your enemies. When you see them fall. What did Arnold Schwarzenegger say in that movie? Right? He said that, you know, they hear the lamentation of their women, man. We want to hear them. Oh my God. Oh no. We want to hear all the screams and the hollers and the pain. And when the blood is shed. When the Lord do his righteous work, we want to hear it, man. We want to hear the people being dismayed. We want to see motherfuckers grinding their teeth down to the gums. We want to see them like on Planet of the Apes. You did it. You did it, you damn dirty apes. We want to see the fall of your empire. And we're going to celebrate as it's going to go on to reveal to you. The righteous, Psalms 58 and 10. The righteous shall rejoice. You want to rejoice when your enemy falls. The Most High killed a false prophet and took him off the planet. And then we praise the Lord for doing it. And damn, if 50 niggas didn't make videos, y'all rejoicing over rap the news. What the fuck is you talking about? That dude was a false prophet. You ain't gonna rejoice when the Lord killed a false prophet? What the fuck school you come from? Like one of the brothers on the chat. What part of the game is that? When you don't rejoice when the Lord kills a false prophet, man. You better check yourself. Stop being ashamed of the gospel of the Lord. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. Now I imagine we ain't gonna literally wash our feet in nobody's blood. How do you wash your? That's not what it means. It means we're going to celebrate when the wicked falls. We're going to wash our feet in their blood. We're going to dance. Ooh, Esau, Edom is falling down. Or whatever, you know. We're going to rejoice when you devils fall, man. When Babylon the Great is destroyed, we are going to celebrate. Man, we're going to cry, man. Let's just be real with it. It's going to be emotional for all of us. When we take it out of this life into the next life, and we completely righteous, we get new bodies, and we see our relatives, and we see the brothers that labored with us, and we see people delivered, and we see people that were crippled and old, when they get brought back to their righteous new self, and they get new bodies, man, we gonna celebrate, man. We gonna boo-hoo, we gonna cry. What we gonna do? Happy crying, though. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. When we look back in time, we see our people in slavery and in bondage, raised up as children of the kingdom, we gonna celebrate, man. And them fucking devils gonna be weeping, and they gonna be crying, and we gonna be making fun of their ass. Ha ha, ha ha, Esau Edom, Mr. All of that, Mr. Hunk of the 80s, Mr. Baywatch. Now what you gonna do? Your ass gotta work. Get out in the field, Mr. Rothschild. Get your ass in that field and work. See? We gonna celebrate. And if you ashamed of that, the Lord gonna destroy you. Period. We ain't ashamed of none of that. Let's get some of these in the scripture that I asked for too. The brothers put it up. I'm getting emotional right now thinking about it, man. We're gonna be able to openly, and like in this society, you looked at as a punk ass. Here it is, the only society where people tell you they want you to be more in touch with your emotions. And then when you do it, they call you soft. No, we gonna have our fist ball. Cause you know niggas say that. I heard somebody say that when the Israelites be preaching, they a lot of them be having their fist balled up. That's that weak shit, man. We gonna still have the swords in our hands, and we gonna be gritting our teeth, but we gonna be crying from happiness that you fallen. And we gonna embrace each other. We gonna hug. We gonna share stories. We gonna do all of that, man. Lord willing. Lord willing. You gotta say that, right? Let's read some of these. And the lesson kind of, you know, it just went. But if you're ashamed of what the Lord is going to do of his judgment, then you ain't no person of the Lord. You ain't of the elect. You are not of the elect. This is Psalms. Whew. Hold on, brothers. This is GMS in his likeness. Psalms 97 and 10. Ye that love the Lord. If you love the Almighty, ye that love the Lord, hate evil. So if there's a people on the earth that have been given the spirit of evil, do you supposed to like them? Even chum up with them? No, you gonna hate them. You hate evil. We see homosexuals, we see drug dealers, pedophiles, witches. We fucking hate you, man. We hate you, okay? We see false prophets. When the Lord put your ass to death, we be celebrating. Not particularly that your flesh perished, but that the Lord corrected or that he shut your damn false prophet mouth. You dogs with rotten teeth. The Lord shut you down, and we celebrate over that fact, man. Right? Shalom, shalom, all the brothers out there, man. Beautiful brothers. Yahweh Shemi Al-Shabarakathum. Again, GMS in his likeness, Psalms 97 and 10. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserved the souls of his saints. He delivered them out of the hand of the wicked. You niggas act like ain't no wicked. Who is this person the Lord keep referring to as the wicked? That he gonna save his saints out of their hand. And if that person is the wicked, should they not be destroyed? Should they have an inheritance with the saints? Hell no. Hell no. There is a wicked in the Bible, and you ignore that because you're ashamed of the gospel. And you praying that the prophets are wrong. Please, Lord, don't let them prophets be wrong. Don't let them be right. They don't get to have multiple wives. No, that wouldn't be right. Yo, weak ass. All the other nations got to have multiple wives. Women of all sorts. Esau in this kingdom right now, this how hypocritical a lot of you fucking Israelites are, man. And you so-called black women particularly. You will be in the world and be with a nigga with a lot of money and be his side chick. You his second or third or fourth or fifth wife, you have no problem with it. You'll go to sleep with an entertainer and with two bitches in the bed with him, wake up, and you proud of that shit. But as soon as the Israelite man say he's gonna have more than one wife, you can't do that. Man, the Lord go, ooh. I almost dropped another F-bomb. I don't want to do it. That's how hypocritical you people are, man. That's right. They listen to that music. They allow the people of the world can do whatever they want, but us, we can't have shit. Jake don't want us to have shit, but we gonna still have it though. We gonna have many women as we want. They keep coming back. Somebody asked me a question the other day again. With what's in, there ain't gonna be no sex in the kingdom. Jake wants to have a kingdom where we can't eat meat, we can't have multiple wives, we can't have slaves, you see, and we can't have sex. We don't get to have children. Jake literally wants to have a kingdom like that. No, we're gonna have everything our heart desires. You see? We're gonna get it all back and then some. The Lord gonna give us everything and forever to enjoy it. And we're gonna be all that, man. We're gonna be beautiful. We don't know how exactly we're gonna look, but perfection is gonna be beautiful. This is the brother, GMS Truth Be Told, Ecclesiastes 27:24. Hate is in the Bible. I have hated many things, but nothing like him. For the Lord will hate him. Well, that's God. God can hate, but you can't hate. Shut your ass up, that weak shit. That's stupid ass, worldly ass logic. We ain't going by that. We keeping our minds on what's coming out of this book. And we do preach the gospel of the kingdom. You just can't take it because your damn flesh is too weak. You weak, man. That weakness shit don't come from the Lord. Don't misquote what I'm saying. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Because the Lord did say, my strength is made perfect in weakness. We got that. We talking about in our feeble bodily state. Yeah, the Lord's strength is made perfect in our weakness. But we ain't of a weak ass spirit to the point where we know everything we gonna, I can't bring that slavery out. That'll make somebody mad. We don't give a damn. Why would you be worried about what the slaves think? We don't give a shit with how messed up they are. All that damn, you got to go back in your mind. You got to be on a whole nother weak ass level to not want to see the people suffer that they literally had whites only water fountains. Whites only this, Whites only there. You couldn't go in the front door. You had to go in the back door. But these are the same motherfuckers you want to be saved with you in the kingdom. I was watching Life the other day. When Eddie Murphy, that scene when Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence came in, and they said, this lady said, this is a whites only pies. And Martin said, ma'am, I'm hungry. I want some pie. And then Eddie Murphy took the money out and he said, how much is it going to take to turn all these white only pies to nigger pies? Like that, right? And the lady pulled a shotgun out, click, click. How about I turn y'all into nigger pie? So that showed you, even with money, these fucking devils, who their God is money, one of their gods, even with money, they wasn't willing to even let you have a piece of their fucking pie, man. But you want to be in rulership, these motherfuckers sitting along you on the throne. Hell no. Hell no. Get your ass out back and work, Mr. Devil Jr., Satan Jr. Get your ass in the back and work, nigga. You the new niggas on the earth. And that's righteousness, man. They're fucking, the Most High to mark these devils with leprosy to show you who the wicked is. Put all the nations in one room together, right? One person from every nation. Who gonna stick out like a sore thumb? Mr. Leprosy. Fucking Mark and Cain. That's who gonna stick out. He was marked by the Lord so that you know who the fucking wicked was. On that land of the lost, they said, this dude Enoch, he had on a tunic as a sign of his treachery. This is the damn devil right here, man. Fucking wicked. They're fucking wicked, man. Lachama Yakal, Psalms 139:21. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee, and am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee? Of course, right? And King David said he counted them his enemies. He hated them with perfect hatred. Now, he was talking about wicked Israelites. But any enemies of the Lord, we hate you with a perfect hatred. We hate the 2/3 on this side. We're going to love you in the kingdom when you come back. But we hate your ways. We hate your works. And yes, we do hate a fucking 2/3 ass nigga with his pants hanging off, with a damn straw in his mouth or in the broom, or a toothpick, with his undershirt on, walking around the earth trying to show off his biceps. We hate you, man. One side of his head braided, the other side loose, and all the women going crazy over this nigga. Whatever. Whatever. Whatever, man. And I said that a long time ago, why is it that women gravitate towards, women don't give a fuck if a man is righteous or wicked. If he got money, if he can pay him, he can dick him down good. That's all they give a shit about. All you out there, you perfect women with all the standards. But you choose a wicked ass nigga to be with because you wicked, man. That's right. The elder brother said segregation. Yeah. Yeah. See? Let's read a few of these, man. This is Baruch 4:22 from GMS to Basics. Elder Yakiya from the GMS Chicago camp. For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you. And joy, Salakia, and joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting our Savior. For I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but the Most High will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. That's only for one group. That's the Israelites. The only one's going to be immortals on the earth with the law and the inward parts. That's for us. And that's part of the gospel of the kingdom. Vocab Malone, you little weakling. Let's go on. It says, continuing on, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see you, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our God, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. Whoo, that's fire. Right. They're going to see our salvation. And it says in the scriptures that when we go up into the chariot, let's go there real quick. And that's another neat thing the Lord gonna do. He gonna let you see the elect being saved, but you ain't gonna be saved. Revelation 11 and verse, hold on here. Revelation 11 and verse, here it is. Verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. That's happening now, right? Great fear is upon the nations, seeing us awakening and rising to our feet, meaning what? We're no longer in a dead state. The spirit of life from the Most High entered into us, and now all you scared. And you should be scared, because you're going to get your asses whooped. The Lord going to do away with all the alphabet people. The A through Z. Whatever letters you add, now you got the maps, the minor attracted persons. Come on, man. Is there a goddamn more wicked thing than that on the planet? A minor attracted persons? You gonna make pedophilia, looked upon now in a negative light, in a positive light? man, the Lord gonna do a wonderful destruction. And ain't no alphabet section in the kingdom of heaven either. None of you fucking Manny Fresh looking ass butches. None of you Uncle Clifford ass niggas. Nigga from P Valley, big 6'8" tranny ass nigga. Nigga got a beard and a goddamn eyeliner makeup on and lipstick. Nigga got on lipstick with a beard. A bearded lady, man. That ain't gonna happen in the kingdom of heaven. That's gonna be through. Revelation 11:11, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them with Sodom. That's now. The nations are all in an uproar. Mainly these damn devils are scared as shit. We can tell you scared because the word said in Hebrews 4:12 that the word is the discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So when you send out all your little flunkies trying to debunk what we teaching, that means you scared in the background. You shaking in your boots. And you got to send those that look like us. You know why? Because nobody trusts your devil ass. So you got to send other Israelites to come with their little cunning trickery, and we just chop their asses down. We make it rain with the scriptures. You know how them niggas get the money out in the strip club? We making it rain with these scriptures on your ass, man. Sending you running with your tail between your legs, calling us a hate group and all that shit. Here's the money, verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. The elect was beamed up. Then what happened? And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, the chariots, and their enemies beheld him. So the enemies gonna be looking at us. Where did it go? Oh shit, what's that coming down? You know what's coming down? Nuclear destruction. Your ass goodbye. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. The same hour when the elect went up into the chariots, that same hour, not long afterwards, however long it takes, the missiles are coming right down, and they're gonna burn this place off the earth. And you're gonna burn, like, you know, Geno Jennings, you're gonna burn. You're gonna burn up. But the Lord may make it take, you know, he may make it feel as though it's an eternity for you. We don't know. In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake was slain of men 7 completion, 7,000, and the remnant were frightened and gave glory to the God of heaven. Meaning what? The elect, as they going up, it's going to be very scary. But when you get up there, you're going to give glory to the God of heaven. Man, I made it. Oh, I made it, brother. And that's when the crying going to start. We're going to be, man, it's going to be emotional. It's going to be wonderful. But we know it's going to be emotional too at the same time, man. You see, that's right, brother. Fuck them. Burn up. We don't care. Hey, in that day, you're going to be glad that you made it. If your relatives died or whatever, you be like, I can bring them back with this Israelite, you know, this Israelite seed. They'll come back, you know. So a lot of people are ashamed of what we're saying, though. You're ashamed that the Lord going to bring forth judgment on the planet, but he's going to do it. He's going to do it. It will behoove you to repent. Now, I got, and Salakia, brothers, so many great scriptures. I want to go ahead here and read a few of these that I got, and then we can close the lesson out. I don't want to go real long, all right? Okay. Hold on there. Okay, so this is Romans chapter 1, right? Just real quick. Romans 1:15. I'm just going to read verse 16. He says, Paul says here, for I am not ashamed of the gospel of the anointed, for it is the power of the Most High unto salvation to everyone that believeth. Check this out. To the Jew first, and also to the Greek. Right now, the Greek. It's the Israelites. It's Israelites, man. Okay? You know how they do. See, he says right there, the Greeks. How many other people are there on the planet? Are only just Greeks? No. It represented who? The Israelite foreigners. That's who we're speaking of. Hold on here. Hold on. So we're not ashamed of the gospel, right? And Esau gave you the bogus definition right there. Okay? Yeah. Because he don't have the understanding. We know that those Greeks are Israelite foreigners, man. Right? That's right. Diaspora, the scattered of Israel. When you go into the word scattering, it goes back to the word diaspora or diaspora, however you want to say it, right? It says what? That's talking about any one of the persons. Let me go there. James 1. James 1:1. James is servant of the Most High and of the Lord, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. When you go to the word scattered, right? And again, the apostles warned brothers, and we warning you now out there, the blue letter does go off. They will tell you that that's Helen, a non-Jew Israelite, a non-Jew person, right? But that ain't what it means. They went off on that. And the consistency of the Bible with the scattered Israelites proves it. With the word scattering in James 1:1, it says diaspora, right? I can't get it to play. Hold up here. Here we go. It ain't playing. You gonna play? It ain't gonna play. It's the word diaspora. And it says a dispersion, i.e. specially and concretely the converted Israelite resident in Gentile countries. Why did they need to convert? Because they had to come back to their nationality, back to their religion. The converted Israelite resident in Gentile countries, which are scattered abroad. Dispersed, scatter abroad. A scattering dispersion of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations, which happened unto us pursuant to Deuteronomy 28:64, proving the Israelites are under the curses. If you were scattered, you're under the curses. If you're under the curses last forever and ever. Now they put in here in definition B of the Christians scattered abroad among the Gentiles, which is stupid. Okay, that's Esau inserting the bullshit in there. You know, in reality, the Christians really were Israelites anyway. Okay, that was a mocking term placed upon the Israelites. The term Christian, those followers of the Mashiachim, the followers of the Messiah. So again, Romans 1:16, for I'm not ashamed of the gospel of the anointed, for it is the power of the Most High unto salvation, to everyone that believeth, to the Jew first and also to the Greek, Israelite foreigners, right? Right? There's neither bond nor free, all of that, because why? We all one in Yahushua. Because Yahushua came and he brought us back. He brought us back to the Father through his saving redemptive work on the cross, or his shedding of blood. Right? I want to read here, that's fire. GMS, truth be told, 1 Peter 1:1. Peter, an apostle of Yahushua HaMashiach, to these strangers scattered, and you go to the word scattered, we just read it. Scattered throughout Pontus, scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. See that? And it goes on after that. It says elect, elect. And you look up the word elect, it go back to those Israelites, man. And even when you compare it in the scriptures, right, you get the word who is the elect, known as Isaiah 45:4, if a brother can put it up, Isaiah 65:9. That tells you who the elect are. 1 Peter 2:9 on down. It tells you about that elect, that chosen nation, that peculiar people. Ephesians 2:12 from the same brother, that at that time you were without Yahushua, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel. You're alienated from that commonwealth, but you still those people. And strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without the Most High in the world, until Yahushua came and he brought us back together. He broke down the middle wall of partition. That was for us only. It wasn't for the other nations. It didn't mean the middle wall partition that we had with other nations. No, the nations are the Israelites. But if you're ashamed of that, which many are, you saying we going off for teaching that. We're not going off. You ashamed of the gospel and you praying that the prophets are wrong. Let's get that elect now. Real quick. This is Brother Amrayah, Isaiah 65:9. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect. Where did the elect come from? From Jacob and Judah. That's who the elect are. They come out of that group. And out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there. That's right. Isaiah, Israelite foreigner, Isaiah 11:11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, that which shall be left, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. Right, you see? And how did the remnant get left there? How did some of our people get left there? Because of all the captivities. In every captivity, whenever Israelites went into captivity, they slept with the women of the nations and they left seed among them. The men we talking about, when even to this very day, every captivity, and some of them when Israelite men moved away, when we migrated, some of our relatives stayed behind. They liked it. They might have liked Persia and they wanted to stay there. They might have liked when we got out of Babylonian captivity. You had Jake that liked Babylon. They said, you know, we're gonna just stay here and hang out. We're gonna continue to live. Or they moved closer, you know, moved out of it and lived in those areas. Just like now. And in the militaries, when you had Israelites, the book of Romans was written to Israelites among the Romans. You had Israelites in the Roman captivity. They probably linked up with Roman women, slept with them, and brought forth Israelites there. When Vietnam came, and me and brother Yuan was talking about it last night on the way back from camp. Or either on the way to camp, I can't remember. But this is the thing, right? Whenever Jake went among these different nations, just like we went over there in Vietnam, I told him, I said, man, I noticed something coming out here to Dallas, and I hadn't been around a lot of Vietnamese people, but we went to a nail place. My wife go there and get, you know, supplies from this nail place, and it's ran by Vietnamese people. And I said, I noticed that them Vietnamese people, they're a little different. They're not as gooky, Salakia, you know, they're not as gooky as the other gooks, the Chinese. And you know, I'm just saying it like that. It's a racial slur, of course, but they're not as Asian-y as the Chinese or the Japanese. They got a little different flavor to them. And he said, you know why, right? I said, yeah, I know why. A lot of them is Jake. A lot of them are Jake, but they got a little bit different flavor to them. And it's like that in every place, man. You got Jake among the Filipinos, a lot of them, the Negritos we heard about over there among the Iraqis. They're all Israelites, man. Not all of them, but I'm saying the Israelites scattered among those nations. When we went to the Korean War, when America fought the Korean War, Jake was linking up with Korean women. Wherever military, whenever place we go to in battles, even over there in Iran and Iraq, when men went over there, and even in our day now, you know, a lot of Jake was over there hitting them women, man. He might have met a lady over there and fell in love with her. You know, or you might have just had a girlfriend and you slept with her. She had a child. She didn't want to move to the United States. She stayed in Iran or Iraq, man. Iraq, rather. Not Iran, Iraq. You know, Iraq, however you want to say it. And you leave seed behind. Maybe they wanted to stay there. You see? That's just what it is. The Israelites are everywhere. You got to get over that skin color. That's another thing. You niggas with the skin color demon, you ashamed of the gospel. You ashamed the Israelites gonna come looking like this, or they gonna have freckles, or look like white people. You can't be ashamed of the gospel, man. You got to man up. Stop being a bitch. Man up, man. Israelites gonna look like everything. We scattered all over the world. And the Lord is gonna bring them all back from them nations, man. They're gonna come. Those that accept the Lord when he comes. Jeremiah, the weeping prophet, I went to college with some, and they was cool. More so than so-called Jakes. Yeah, a lot of them is cool as shit, man. Hey, but you know, it is what it is, man. Jake ain't gonna accept the full gospel, but that's because they're not of the elect, man. This is prophets. This is prophets in the bottomless pit. I hope you got videos on your page with a name like that, bro. I hope you were literally a prophet and not just by name. Isaiah 45:4. For Jacob, my servant's sake, in Israel, mine elect. See that? I have called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, but thou hast not known me. And I think when you read the translation, it says, I have given a special title unto you. The surname, you see? So yeah, Jake is the elect only come from the Israelites. Shalom, brother Ayash from the GMS Mississippi camp. GMS prisoners of Yahushua. Numbers 24:7. He shall pour the water out of his buckets, and his seed shall be in many waters. Woo! And his king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted. Man, hey, you know Jake do that. We like to get down now. Come on now. We pour that water out of, and you know, in the many buckets, man. You know, and that's the spice of life when you think about it. It ain't nothing disgusting and wrong with that. Man, I'm telling you, if I was a younger dude now, if I was in the military, man, I'd probably had kids all over them damn different nations, man. You can't help it, cause women of the other nations, they gravitate towards Jake. They love us, man. They love us, and no, I don't give a damn who you are. Every man likes a beautiful, feminine woman that's in her place, a friendly woman, not no, you know, all that nigga woman, that neck rolling shit. We the only nation that women fucking mock us like that, man. Only nation, but that's because of the curses, man. Right now, for some beautiful woman from another nation walked up to you and touched you, man, you like, hey, how you doing? You would fall apart. Oh shit, me? Like Yahshua would say, cause we been beat down so long, we like, you talking to me? It would feel like, you know, heaven opened up and something beautiful came down under you, man. That's just what it is. But we're gonna go back to that, man. We're gonna go back to getting that respect that we deserve as men. That because we don't get it here. Let's be real. Yep, Zion Yasharala said it. The women of the other nations are more willing to serve and feminine. A woman, you ask her to do something, she just bow and say, yes, yes, Lord, or yes, sir, or you want a drink? Can I get you something? You know, you gotta tell a nigga woman that. You ask her something, she gonna ask you something. Can you cook tonight? Can I get a Fendi bag? Fuck you. No, you can't get no damn Fendi bag. I'm gonna go down, you know. We tired of that, man. This life done wore us out. We tired of that shit. This is backwards. This is wrong. But if you ashamed of the fact that Israelite men are going to be lauded and praised by the women of all the nations, man. They're going to be singing songs and, you know, coming up, trying to get us to marry the men. The men going to be coming, trying to get us to take their daughters, man. And you can just be mad about it. We don't give a fuck. You ain't going to be able to tell us what to do, man. You ain't going to be able to tell us what to do. And if you're ashamed of the gospel and the power that the Lord going to give us, then that's all right. You ain't going to be in the kingdom in the first go around anyway. You got to come back as children. And none of our children ain't going to tell us what to do. So, sucks to be you. Mark chapter 8. Yep. And man, you see it more and more. GMS prisoners of Yahushua. Eve has destroyed Jake's confidence in this society. Sometimes, man, you will see a single brother will see a beautiful woman and you don't even want to go say nothing to her because you're scared she gonna embarrass you. And what did the nigga woman do? They don't give you no respect. At least if you say to a woman that's single, how you doing today? You know, I'm such and such. The least she could say was, you know what, you're very nice. I appreciate it, but I'm in a relationship. They don't even say that. They just, look at you all of that, and walk off. What the fuck is that? That's disrespect. It make you want to grab a bit. What, bitch? Don't disrespect me. But you can't do that though. But this is what we are, man. And those of us in the truth, men in the truth, you get that too. The single brothers out there, you probably still get disrespected by women, man. Brothers that's got wives like myself and other brothers, you have times where your women don't listen to what you say. They don't always do what we tell them to do. They won't buck up, especially they got their own money, their own job and do all that. But that's whether your woman listen to you shouldn't be determined by how much money she makes or whether she makes any money at all. It shouldn't be determined by that. The Most High said we're their lords. They're supposed to listen to what we say. We tell them something, they're supposed to obey what we tell them, man. But you ain't gonna get that on this side. But guess what? Some of the women of the other nations, they don't treat you like that. You know? They don't act like that towards us. But when in the kingdom, everything will go back the way it's supposed to be, man. That pride gonna be broken. The Lord gonna break Eve's pride when he bring all these damn plagues. And we wait for that. We long for it. We long for it. Brothers don't mean we want our people to die. No, we don't mean that. We mean we can't wait for the Lord to break their fucking pride. Break their pride and turn them back into the feeble state, back into the righteous state that they supposed to be in, man, in which they obey and go by the word of the Lord. If a woman obey this book, you can't say you obey this book, but you think you equal to your man. You can't say that because it's not true. You're not equal to us, and we don't mean it in a demeaning way. We were put here for you to look to us for your instructions, for you to look to us for leadership, and don't say, well, you only know leaders. We under the curses too. We under the curses, and we under a wicked ruler that made you above us. But it's all good. Don't worry about it. It's gonna all be all right in the morning, right? That morning being what? The kingdom of heaven. Mark 8:38. Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words, and this adulteress, and this is an adulteress, wicked, nasty, and this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glory of his Father and with the angels, with the holy angels. Now, you can't just read that. The Lord said when he comes, if you're ashamed of him now, his gospel that's being preached, of his words, he's going to be ashamed of you when he comes in his glory with his angels. Meaning you ain't going to be saved. If you would go to the throne of Yahushua when he came back and you ashamed of the gospel now, he would just be like, he'd turn to his men and say, do y'all know this person? I know you not, when she are. He don't know you. You see? So that's a big charge, man. He says, whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation. Where's the Lord? Where's Yahushua's words found? Right here. We read it. Revelation 2 said he's going to give us power over the nations. We're going to beat them with a rod of iron or break them with a rod of iron. If you were ashamed of that as an Israelite, the Lord is not dealing with you. You don't want the nation to go into slavery. The Lord is not dealing with you because that's in his word. Babylon being destroyed, women going back into their rightful place as women, us having multiple wives, all that is in his word. If you were ashamed of that, too bad. Too bad. He says, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. Luke 9:26, for whosoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and of the holy angels. I did not write that, okay? I did not write that. I didn't place that into the scriptures. So brothers out there, I'm going to close soon. Understand and know, and I know y'all already understand it, but to the newcomers out there, that pushback, that kickback that you feel from the nations, from our own people that's embarrassed by the word, it's supposed to be that way. They're supposed to feel that way. Here's another one. John 14:16, and I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive. Stop right there. Did you just hear that? The Spirit of truth makes one understand this word. Everybody can't get it. The world cannot receive it. So when you say something out of it that don't resonate with them, it's because they're of the world and they can't receive it. This is for the chosen. It's not for everybody on the planet. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him. You're a separate group, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. You see? And I'm going to say this. Amber alert. And I'm going to say this. For the Israelite women out there, you sisters, don't get all messed up when you hear us talk about women of the other nations or whatever. Because as we keep saying to you, I almost backed into my shit. As we keep saying to you, you're going to be on a higher level. Intellectually, your mind is going to be changed. You are not going to be bogged down with, you know, oh, I hope you don't love her more than me. You ain't going to be thinking like that. You're going to be a princess. You're going to have everything your heart desires. You're going to be royalty. People are going to attend your every need. They're going to serve you. But we're going to still have other women. And you're going to be okay with it because your mind is going to be so above. The Most High will give you you're going to be a righteous vessel. You're not going to be, you know, such emotions as jealousy. It's going to be petty to you. They're going to be way above you. You're going to be like, now, that bitch, he bought that bitch this and he bought me that. No, you're going to be above that shit. You're going to be like, yeah, that's right. Work them bitches. Work them women of the other nations. You're going to be wanting us. You're going to be right there with us. Telling us, I want you to work her. And we're going to get them what's them women called? Them Moabites that do the nails. We're going to get them to do your feet real pretty. You're going to have your own beauticians and nail people. To tend your every need. You're going to clap your hands. They're going to come running. Yes, ma'am. Can we get that for you, ma'am? You ain't going to have to do nothing. You're going to be straight, man. See? You're going to be all right. Don't worry about it. All that little stuff, them little emotions like jealousy, that ain't going to be a part of your makeup. You're going to be a righteous vessel of Yahweh Shem Shai in the female sense. You ain't going to be worrying about no, you know, us putting hell on these heathens. You ain't going to be, you know what I mean? You ain't going to be feeling like that. You're going to have these damn women of other nations, you know, squeezing out wine for you. They're going to be making you wine. You know what I mean? You're going to get your own colors of nails. You're going to have your own personal, you know, like, you know how they got that Jay-Z yellow and all that. You're going to have your own colors, whatever you want. Man, we're going to take care of you good. You ain't got nothing to worry about. But don't get all caught up into that shit with these women come against the doctrine because they get emotions, they get pricked and they get all, you know, that's some uncleanness in them. You see? That's right, brother. Yep, GMS in the Truth Atlanta said them Hamite women do hair real good. You know, man, you're going to have your own personal stylist. You're going to be able to raise them up from their youth and make them cater to you. Whatever your heart can desire and think of, all the feminine stuff that y'all desire, the sisterhood, you know, to be able to be, you know what I mean? No jealousy involved. You're going to be able to be with your fellows, which means your fellow women of the other, you know, the wives. Man, it's going to be awesome, man. We can't really tell you, you know, but all that stuff is in store and you're going to, man, it's going to be wonderful, but you can't be ashamed of what's coming out of the book, man. That's right, brother. Elder Yatazak said our women are going to win. Capital W, capital I, capital N. You see, pure order. You're going to smell great. You're going to look great. You know, your hair, you're going to get everything we lost. I'm going to have my hair back. Y'all going to have y'all hair back. Our hairline's going to be restored, man. You know? Right. Yeah, GMS prisoners of your house. I said, that's a peasant. Exactly. That's going to be your mentality. These women beneath you, they ain't no competition. But we going to do to them what they done unto us. we going to break them. we going to take them. we going to shake them. we going to do everything to these motherfucking nations, man. We going to, man, like the apostles even said it. we going to be arrogant over them. We go, ha, ha, ha. We going to, Hey, at once, bring me my shawl. You know, bring me my mantle, heathen. At once. You know, we gonna be like that, man. Yep. So, you know, don't get all messed up. We ain't choosing no heathen women over no Israelite women, but we gonna do what we gonna do. What's the confines of what's written in the scriptures. Can we get something to close out with, brothers? Let's get something, man. Let's get let's go to Daniel. I'll get it. That's right. Whatever you like. What's your favorite? You know, whatever's your favorite. No, I mean, I know about me, but I want to know about you. What's your favorite? What's your favorite moon? You know, what's your favorite planet to be on? Let's go to Daniel. This is Daniel 2:44. The nation's got to be punished, and we got to take their women like they took ours. That's the Lord wants us to do that, man. They ain't gonna share our glory. No, we just gonna do what we want to do. So this is Daniel 2:44. It says at the top, the divine kingdom. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. You heard that? Our kingdom is never gonna go out. It's never gonna be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces. And this is part of the gospel of the kingdom. Vocab Malone don't want to tell you America gonna be destroyed, that the white man ain't gonna be in power no more, but it's in the Bible. The Romans are gonna be taken out of power, man. That means the so-called white man gonna be out of power. Esau, Edom. You gotta preach it if you're preaching the gospel of the kingdom. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. And if you're ashamed of that, the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. Many people are ashamed of the gospel and pray that the prophets are wrong, but we're not wrong. You wrong. The word of the Lord is not wrong, should I say. And we preaching from it. So to watch everybody for listening, for joining in. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna have to wait around, but I may wind up going live again. If the Lord give me something in the spirit, I'll go live again. If not, I may just do a video. We'll see. All right. But for now, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakwadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Don't be ashamed of the gospel, man. All right. Don't be ashamed of the gospel. Shalom.